4 minutes ago, Kimmy Moody. What? Random error. What do you mean error? Alright. They both seem to think I'm live. Does here seems to think I'm live. I see the little microphone moving when I talk. Alright. We just need to get this up. Let's try Stream Manager again. Yeah, I've got sound, I've got stream, I've got gameplay. It's all going. We're doing all the things. Alright. Let's go. Thank you, Kimmy Moody, for becoming treasure. Alright, we're back into Trails Through Daybreak, number 2, the Legend of Heroes series for RPG Thursday. We're about to start Act 2-B, Academy Days. See two of my favorites, Swin and Nadia. Ooh, March the 5th, not the 3rd. March the 5th. March the 5th.
Alright everyone, it's time for homeroom. There's less than 3 weeks left in your first year. You're almost at the end. The closing ceremony is on the 23rd of this month. And the day after that is graduation.
It's Toa! I love Toa!
Just be aware that the classes are going to be split up a little differently than you're used to. Also, Miss Toa, I have a question. Where do your students at the Empire's Military Academy go when they graduate? Do they all become soldiers or something?
I've been wondering about that too. Oh, yeah, what was the name of the school you teach at? Was it Thor's Military Academy?
Yes, that's right. This may come as a surprise, but Thor's isn't all that different from any normal high school. It's true that we do have a special curriculum for those who want to join the military, but not everyone goes that route. I graduated from there myself, and well, as you can see, I'm an instructor. Yeah, good point.
Now that I think about it, there's a lot of famous people from there that aren't in the military at all.
Isn't that where you transferred in from, Julian?
That's right. I learned quite a bit from Miss Toa and the other staff there.
Man, you're so lucky. I bet the school life's way more fun there.
It hasn't even been 3 full months since she came here, and she's already in everyone's good books. Wasn't she brought over as part of an exchange program with the Erebonian Empire?
Yes, that's right. I also heard that she does work for a famous NGO on top of her regular teaching
Is our girl on Yes?
She's supposedly an invaluable asset to them as well. She really is incredible, isn't she?
Incredible doesn't even begin to describe her. Her popularity's well-deserved. I mean, just look at how cute she is! Whether she likes it or not, she's got the attention of the whole school.
I suppose you aren't wrong
The
there.
cutest.
Anyway, let's get back on track. Before we begin our first lesson, I want to introduce you to our new short-term exchange students. Come on in, you two.
Is it Swin and Nadia?
Huh? Exchange students?
At this time of year?
Hey! What's up, everyone? Nice to meet ya! I'm your new classmate, Nadia Rain. But just call me Nana, okay?
Not even 10 seconds in and I'm already embarrassed.
Well, that's one introduction out of the way. Would you like to do yours, Swin?
Gladly. I'm Swin Abel, and like Nadia, I'm an exchange student from Remiferia. I know we're coming in pretty late into the school year, but I hope we can become good friends with you all.
Holy crap. That Nadia chick's a real cutie.
Wow! So, quick question. Are you two in a relationship? I'm so very glad you asked. It just so happens me and S are...
Friends. Don't put any funny ideas in their heads.
Oh, I don't know
I
about
didn't
that.
think they'd actually come to school.
I think they're more than
Is it
friends.
because of that orb mail from the other day? No, they wouldn't come here just because of that.
Wait, you know these two? Are they involved with your part-time job?
Sounds like you've really had your hands full on, yes?
They're going to be taking part in the school festival, too, so be sure to give them a nice, warm welcome. I'd really like to give them a tour around the school, but I'm still getting a feel for the place myself. Oh, I know. Would you mind showing them around for me, Agnes?
She must already know that we're working together.
Of course, I'd be happy
Think
to.
Toa already knows?
It's settled then. You can show them around during lunchtime if you'd like. Now, let's go over the festival supply list.
She's always been good at gathering information, so of course she would know. Sorry, Aggie. I just thought it'd be more fun if we kept it a secret. So, what's the verdict? Did we surprise you? Mission accomplished. Anyway, did you two really apply to our short-term exchange program? Sure did. We have a few connections who helped us get in. I know Nadia likes to do things on a whim, but this isn't one of those cases. We went through all the proper channels. Well, that's good to hear. At least Swin's just as laid back about this as she is. But why go through all that effort? And why Aramis, for that matter? Yay! Welcome to Lurk Mode! I thought you'd never ask. The reason is we've been itching to experience the school life. Hanging out with friends after school, trying all the cafeteria foods, napping during class, playing hooky, you know, that kind of thing. The last two you can do without. What he said. Wait, so you really haven't been to school before? Never had the chance, being raised in the organization and all. The closest thing was Sunday school when we were really little. I'm not sure how long we'll be staying here in Calvert, but I thought it'd be a good experience for us. We've pretended to be students while in infiltration missions, but I don't count that. Either way, we're just living and having fun in the moment, and that's our MO. I understand. That's a totally valid perspective. I think so too. Like, why shouldn't they get to have some like cute school friends in life, even if they are assassins trained by the Garden since they were little kids? Who cares? Assassins can have friends too, right? Given their upbringing, it's only natural that they would want to make up for all the experiences they missed out on. Well then, let's get on with the tour, shall we? I'll show you everything the school has to offer. Yippee! Thanks, Bessie! Alright, then lead the way. Oh, and let's be on the lookout for whatever that message was talking about. Yes, so we should keep our eyes peeled for sure. Huh? Hey, Aggie, what's with this weird orb mail? Oh, this definitely looks sketch. Let me take a look. What is this? If you desire the truth and wish to bring an end to the oncoming tragedy, investigate Aramis. C. It's another message from C, but why now? That's the name of the terrorist who caused the stir in Erebonia a couple times. You said another message. You've got more like this? Well, only one other. It arrived just before last year's Revolution Festival. Be on guard for the 7th Genesis at the Revolution Festival tomorrow. C. The 7th Genesis appeared shortly afterward, so I doubt it was a prank or something like that. Yeah, sounds like it was for real. It's not C, though, because C was Crow. But then C was also, oh my god, I can't remember his name. But the noble boy's older brother. I can confirm this isn't the second incarnation of C. He happens to be a friend of ours. Yeah, exactly. You're kidding. It's no joke. We also know the first C, but we're not as tight with him. From the little I do know, I kind of doubt he'd reach out to you like that. I see. If only Ren were here, she definitely could have traced the message to its source. Ah, yeah, she's not in Calvert right now, though, is she? Yes, she's back home in Liberal. Well, it doesn't seem like we'll be arriving at any answers, so let's table this for now. It can't hurt to have it on the brain, though. Nothing's happened here since we got that message. Alright, I'm just trying to remember. It's not Eusis. Eusis is Rufus. Rufus Albareya was the second C. Of course, Vigilant is my middle name. There's nothing happened here since we got that message, but we should still be vigilant. Of course! Vigilant is my middle name. Now, let the tour commence. The Aramis expedition squad is ready to rumble. Oh, brother. First we were the picnicking front, and now this.
Let's start with the main building. We can visit the store and cafeteria on the first floor.
Oh, I want to spend tons of time there.
I'd also like to talk with some of the other students while we're wandering around.
Yes! Cafeteria time! I knew you'd be excited about this part. Let's find ourselves a seat and have some lunch. You don't have to tell me twice. I'm gonna get one of everything. That's a lot of calories. You're gonna get... La 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 la, I can't hear you!
Let me know if you need anything at all. Please, come back anytime.
Welcome. What can I get you? Hit me up with the tastiest thing on the menu, please. Funny girl, this one. In that case, I recommend either the A combo or the hamburger steak platter. They're our most popular selection. Additionally, you can add something from the sides menu. We also have 5 dessert items to choose from. I just died and went to food heaven! Hey, S! Hey, S! Which one should I get? Ow, oh, my ears. Well, I can't blame her for being excited. The Armistice Cafeteria is well known for its delicious foods. Why don't we take a look at the menu? This is the best bowl of stew I've had my whole life. It's a pretty standard dish, but the flavor is fantastic. This place's reputation is more than well-deserved. I'm glad you like it. Like it? I love it! There's so many yummy-looking foods to choose from. I don't even know where to begin. We even have snazzy ice cream shop around the corner. Aramis rules! If you love the food so much, why don't you just marry it? The mystery of the century. Oh, this is a little off topic, but I've been meaning to ask. Is it really okay for you to leave the office unattended? Right. I guess Van did leave us in charge of it. I wouldn't worry. Requests aren't coming in as much, so I think we can grind them out after school and on weekends. Yeah, we had so much free time we didn't know what to do with ourselves. Besides, we haven't had any luck finding clues about the fairy's whereabouts. You mean the fairy that was with the Crimson Grendel? I heard they showed up in the Blacklight District. She has something to do with what you're searching for, right? Yeah, that's as far as we've gotten, though. We've tried to find out more while we've been doing requests, but nothing's turned up yet. I'm sorry to hear that. That weird time leap thing hasn't happened since then either. At least I don't think it has. I'm thinking it only triggers when someone's life is in danger. I know it's saved us several times before, but honestly, I don't want to go through anything like that ever again. Yeah, I'm glad the two of you are safe and all, but that whole thing worries me. I just get this feeling that something strange is going on. I really hope Van's alright. The poor, lonely, beautiful damsel awaits the arrival of her dashing knight. Ooh, I bet I could turn this into a novel. It writes itself. What? The two lovers were rent asunder, but they will always be together in their hearts. I think I'm sitting on a gold mine here. Wait, back up. Lovers? What are you even saying, Nadia? Alright, you can stop tormenting the poor girl now. Hurry up and finish your lunch. I love Nadia's energy. She's like one of my spirit animals. Bum, 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 bum. I'm just gonna make a little clip of that because that was a silly moment. Oh no! I made a clip from my bot account instead of the real one. Oops. Oh well. I'll just share it later. Alright. We got all of those.
Got it.
It looks like there's something out here. The parking lot. The courtyard is right over there. Shall we go take a look? Ooh, I like the feel of this place. The vibe is definitely unique. Like it's somehow laid back and lively at the same time. Well, this is a high school. has seen a lot of history since its founding by Aramis Gainsbourg. Learning spaces like these are said to foster one's personal creativity. We don't say. Maybe this will be what awakens us to the wonders of art. If I go down that road, it'll end with us panhandling on the side of it. Well, we can't have that. Then I'd have to be the one providing for you and spoiling you rotten, and on second thought, that just might work. Not in a million years. To your right-hand side is the auditorium. Inside it is the stage where we'll be holding events for the school festival. On the left, we have the clubhouse, where each club gets their own room to use as they see fit. And over there is the basketball court, where our PE classes are usually held. So if it rains, they'll move it into the auditorium. There's also a pool farther down on the right, but it's currently closed for the off-season. For how relatively small this campus is, I'm sure they sure have a lot of amenities. Hey, Aggie, what is the most important amenity of all? What would that be? The best spot to play hooky without getting caught. I don't think we have one of those, sorry to say. No joke? Well, that doesn't sound like a very healthy academic environment. Said no academics ever.
A basketball court? Huh. Aramis sure does have a wide variety of extracurricular activities.
Our basketball team happens to be really strong this year. We're also famous for our fine arts club.
Alright, let's try playing some one-on-one. I forget how to do this entirely. But let's begin.
Okay, let's begin.
I forget how to shoot, apparently.
Take that. Take that.
I don't know how to do anything.
Take that.
I said block. You didn't block. Too hard. Okay. Got it.
Okay. Take that.
I'm terrible at this. There we go. Block him.
Take that.
2-2.
Did I mess up?
Got it. Damn it. Yes. Damn it. Got it. Okay. Got it! Too slow. Take that.
Aha! I win!
Managed to eke out a win.
Yeah! I'm a sports playing basketball champion! Got half a mind to recruit you, but hey, time and place. Anyway, here's your prize. Oh, are you sure you can have this? Yeah, alright, that's proof you pulled a win against our club. Feel free to drop by again if the mood strikes, and we can sign up for the team. Sounds like a play. Ah, you sly dog, you almost got me there. Joining a club isn't something I considered, but I guess it's a normal part of student life. Hi, James. Oh, who's Ronald?
The pool building is just beyond here, but it's closed during the winter.
Wrong way.
So once it's warmer, I'll get to turn on the charm with a sexy swimsuit.
I doubt those would be school appropriate. Also, it's not like you'd have anything to show off.
Shut your pie hole, S.
That was kind of rude, S.
Wow, so this is virtual reality. It's a lot more picturesque than I was imagining.
Shizuna? Okay.
Couple that with all the tough as nails monsters they copied over, and I might just make it my new stomping ground. It's hard to say how much of my killer swordplay this place can handle, but I'm ready for some fun if you guys are.
Gameplay, boy! One wrong move and you'll be liable to crash the whole damn system. The main characters of those books everyone raves over. Once I heard they doubled as wanted notice, I knew I had to give them a try. And for a pretty good read. You're talking about the 3 and 9, right? I write it myself as it happens. As I recall, the publisher was only being used as a middleman so they didn't run into any legal issues. Even now, they're still putting out Reaper. We saw them on Stone Cross Belt too. That's how wide the market for this series. Seriously, I'm gonna start seeing royalty checks in the mail. They're gonna hear from my attorney. You're just as funny on the page as you are in person. Anyways, looks like we'll be partnering up for the time being. Fate must have brought us together for some reason or another. Can't wait to see where it leads. For sure. Good to have you aboard. Oh my god, the Divine Blade? Really? Okay. Sure. I was just messing around by clicking on that. I didn't realize it was getting like a little scene with the Divine Blade. What's this?
Take all the time you need.
I will take a juice box. Thank you.
Be seeing you.
Just talking you. Never seen you two before. You must be the exchange students I've been hearing about. That would be us, yeah. Nice to meet you, Mr. School Store Guy. The pleasure is all mine. Oh, that's right. There's a card game that's been pretty popular among the students lately. Would you like to try it out? Are you talking about Seven Hearts? That's the one. If you're ever interested in doing battle, just come and find me. The rules aren't all that complicated. You can even learn as you play. I want to try. It sounds like 5. I'm a little curious myself. Okay. Oh. Let's try it. The unchosen character will team up with Roscoe. Let's team up with Nadia, because she's so adorable. And ruthless.
Go easy on me, please.
Well,
what's your move?
Having second thoughts?
Get a load of this.
And here's my trump card.
ooh.
I don't know how I pulled
I don't know how I got first place in that, really. I barely understood that card game. I just attacked until I ran out of attack cards. The guy got lucky. Alright, that's the 2 vending machines in the cafeteria. Those are just classrooms, right?
Go for a nap.
What should I pick? Leave it to me.
Right. Got it.
How dare Driftblim escape? How dare? Is this more classrooms? Yep. There's something over here. It's Professor Toa! You want to offer optional supplemental classes? Well, I can certainly seem to look into that. I just hope you aren't piling too much onto your plate. It's full enough as it is. I appreciate your concern, Mr. Powell. And thank you for always listening to my ideas. Of course, I'm always happy to lend an ear. Well, I suppose I should take my leave. You have visitors who look quite eager to speak with you. Sorry about that. Tiny Teach, we didn't even mean to interrupt. Hehe, it's perfectly alright, but please use your inside voice in the faculty lounge, okay, Nadia? It's funny that we ended up in your class. Small world, isn't it? Oh, do you two know Miss Toa? That's right, we met a while back. It's good to see you both again. You look like you've been doing well. How long's it been now? Like 2 years? Man, it feels like it was only yesterday. We met a lot of people from Thor's during that incident in Crossbell. Oh, that's when you met. Were they involved in all of that? Yes, they were very involved in Reverie. I didn't realize you got swept up in that whole ordeal. Well, it's not really the kind of thing I'd bring up at school. Anyway, when I caught wind that you two would be coming here, I immediately applied to be your facilitator. All about what you both have been up to, like how you've been helping out Anya's part-time job, for example. Ah, now it all makes sense. There wasn't a lot taken at once. I mean, you being part of the wars and the first military academy was enough of a surprise by itself. I heard you played an especially important role in it, too. That's why I'm betting you came out here to Calver with some kind of hidden agenda. I'm on to you, Tiny Teach. What are you? Nadia, don't be rude. It's true that I'm a Thor's alumnus, yes, and I do have some work for an NGO as well, but there's no hidden agenda, I promise. I'm just here as a teacher, and someone who wants to promote peace between nations. Bringing together Calvert, the Empire, and all the other surrounding nations will be no easy feat, but that won't stop me from chasing a solution, and that's what I'm here to do. Wow, I never realized you were trying to achieve such a lofty goal. Lofty is right. Still, I'm not buying what she's feeding us. World peace? Ha! Likely story. Not everything's a conspiracy. By the way, we wanted to ask you about something. We got this weird orb mail the other day. It was from a person named C. You know, like the one that you're friends with. Do you think he would send a cryptic message to Arkwright Solutions? You think you got a message from Crow? No, I really don't think so. He gave that name up a long time ago, so there'd be no reason for him to use it as his signature. It's more likely your correspondent stole the moniker. It wouldn't be the first time that happened. That's what I thought too. Thanks, Tiny Teach! If I remember correctly, the first C was a terror because a huge uproar in the Empire. Miss Noah has an interesting choice of friends. Sorry, I've probably got you thinking all kinds of wild things now. Well, it was nice chatting with you, but we better stop here. Lunch break's gonna be over before we know it. Feel free to stop by and talk with me anytime, though, okay? Roger Dodger! Thank you for your time. Oh, there's another vending machine.
Let's see here.
Nothing new in it, though.
Is this who I think it is?
This is a statue of Aramis Gainsborough. He's our school's founder and a prominent artist.
Oh, nice.
Wow, he looks handsome. Though not half as handsome as S, of course.
Of course.
Why am I being compared to a statue of a middle-aged
Oh,
man?
These are the special classrooms.
Wait! My next class is here. I totally thought it was somewhere else.
And this is why you should read signs beforehand.
Right? You gotta read the signs to know where your class is. Oh, Nadia. That's something like I would do. Just wander around the school, hoping I randomly end up in the right class. This must be the student counselor room. That's right. Would you like to pop your heads in and say hi? This is where Ren works, right? Yeah, let's go for it.
Oh, hi, Agnes. I see you brought the exchange students with you.
You must be showing them around campus.
What's up, you two? You were in our class earlier, right?
Yep. My name's Odette, and this is Albert. The two of us and Agnes are all part of the current student council.
Oh, so you're Ren's lackeys? Oof, you guys have it rough.
Hey, I'm no one's lackey. Wait, you know Ren?
It sure seems that way. I'm guessing she had a hand in their transfer here. Yeah, she put us in touch with the right people. Ren's the best! She's always got our backs when we're in a bind. Shame she's away. We'll need to swing by again when she's back so I can say hi. Oh, right. I think she'll be back next week, so you could come visit then if you'd like. I never knew she had connections in Remiferia, though. The plot thickens. And there's no real point in thinking too hard on it. I doubt those connections are on the up and up. Anyway, the student council has been hard at work preparing for the festival. Oh, so you guys are the ones who got saddled with all the boys' busy work. I don't think they're bearing the entire load, though. Seems like everyone's in a rush to meet the deadline. The middle of next month is creeping up on us fast. Some classes haven't even decided on what their theme is going to be. And we've got all budget allocations, PR stuff, mountains of supplies to look over. Ugh. I feel like a migraine coming on. Sorry. I know I haven't been pulling my weight lately, but I'll fix that soon, I promise. I haven't been pulling my weight, she says. Girl, don't think I didn't notice all the work you put in yesterday. And the documentation you put together has helped us stay on track. Trust me, we're fine. All right. I have a favor to ask. Could you take a look at the suggestion box for us? We haven't been able to get around to it ourselves. Hey, maybe Swin and Nadia can help out too. That kind of sounds like a pain, but I could be swayed if you hand over some free lunch vouchers. I don't think we have those. Oh, but Ren has some tea and cookies stashed away here. Okay, I'm on the case. I'm so sorry about her. She gets carried away with her wheeling and dealing. I can see that. Oh, there's the first bell. Already, but I want to have more fun. We've had more than enough fun. Anyway, we still have a little bit of time before class, but we should head back before long. Good idea. To advance the main story, select head back to class from the travel menu. I can do like a little bit of exploring. It was an art class. Music class. A number of library books have been kept past their due date recently. Would the student council be willing to exchange them for me? If so, I'll be waiting at the library. I can explain in detail. Araya. This must be the suggestion box, collecting overdue books. This is the kind of thing the student council helps out with. That's right, we try to resolve any issues that crop up in the student body's daily lives at school, even small ones. Of course, there's only so many problems we can deal with at once, but we try our best. You're so mature, Aggie! Okay, you've convinced me, I'll give it a shot. Besides, it kind of sounds like it could be fun. That's all it takes, huh? Well, why don't we head over to the library to speak with Araya? Hello, Araya. Oh, hello, Agnes. Are you here to check out a book? I see you brought some friends with you, too. I'm Nadia! And I'm Swin. There are new short-term exchange students. I was just giving them a tour of campus. Anyway, we checked the suggestion box and along the way and read your letter. Would you mind telling us a little more about those overdue books? Oh, that. Well, if the student council is willing, I'll gladly take all the help I can get. The thing is, there are a few books I want to display during the school festival, but they haven't been returned yet. Oh, right. I remember you saying you wanted to set up a book display soon. Yes, I'm planning on set up a collection of books centered around Aramis and the Calvardian Revolution. Ooh, so people can enjoy the festival and learn about history at the same time. It's a fairly big library, so I'm sure they'll have plenty of options. That's true. However, I was hoping I could ask you to look for 3 books in particular. Would you mind? Understood. We'd be happy to collect them for you. Those are precious school resources, after all. It wouldn't be right to leave them unaccounted for. Yeah! Gotta punish those rascals for not turning their books in on time! Who has them checked out anyway? The second year named Donatello. 2 first years named Julian and Chignon. You know, a great man once said, what you're missing today was not so yesterday. Ooh, so wise! Sounds more like someone stating the obvious to me. I'm a little surprised to hear Julian's name come up, though. But yeah, he didn't seem like the type to keep anything past the due date. Well, regardless, late is late. I'd appreciate it if you could go there and talk to the 3 of them for me. Of course, we'll take care of it. The Aramis Expedition Squad, Arkwright Solutions Edition.
4SPG time!
It's not a 4SPG, but it basically is a 4SPG.
starving.
Hi, Donatello. Well, I wasn't expecting a student council representative to come collect the overdue books. I had every intention of returning it. It's just Seismitoad. Here you go. Sorry to get it back so late. Biography of Aramis Gainsborough. Berg. This book is right up your alley, isn't it? You see, Donatello is studying fine art at the moment. He even showed me one of his landscape paintings of Edith. You can really feel the essence of the city through his work. He has a lovely way of painting. I suppose it's a little uppity of me to comment on an upperclassman's work, though. Not at all. To be honest, it's actually pretty nice to hear someone compliment my art. I know it's the name of the school, but Aramis was some artsy guy too, right? Wasn't he the school's first principal? I think I saw a bronze statue of him on campus. That's right. More importantly, however, he was a leading figure in the Calvardian Revolution. He was considered quite unique, even amongst his contemporaries. I'm sure someone with sensibilities like this would stand out in any time period. Sounds like an interesting guy. Maybe I'll give that book a read myself. Oh, hold on a second. What's wrong? Sorry, I just realized I should have said something sooner. I messed up one of the pages. I wasn't thinking, and it ended up getting some ink on it. I tried to find a replacement as soon as I could, but it turns out it's been out of print for a while now. That's why I've been holding off on returning it. I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have been doodling while I was reading. Oh, is that all? Huh? I thought maybe you'd, dumped a bunch of tea all over it or something. I'm assuming most of it's still legible, right? Yeah, you can still read it just fine. My pen only slipped and rubbed along the page a bit. Well, we'll go ahead and take it back as is for now, but if you're really that concerned, why not go and talk to Araya about it? I'm sure she'll realize it was just a mistake. She knows the kind of person you are. You're right. I should apologize to her. Thanks, Agnes, and thank you too as well. What's he looking at? Shinya.
One sec.
Oh no. I completely forgot. Here it is. It's a biography on General Atkinson. I started getting interested in him after I saw Gloria, Dawn of the Revolution. Gloria? It's a movie about the Calvardian Revolution that was in theaters last year. General Ulgar Atkinson was a comrade of Sheena Dirk, the mother of the revolution. The general used to be an officer in the old Royal Army when he was young, right? Ooh, so he was on the enemy side, huh? He was an exceptionally young commander. He had this incredibly sincere disposition and was said to be very skilled with a sword. However, he was born in the East, so he was actually only half white. He was even shunned within the military just because he wasn't born pure-blooded. I'm sure they were just jealous of his accomplishments. Yeah, but the thing is, even though my situation's not exactly the same, I can kind of relate to him. The times may have changed, but racism is still a very real thing in Calvard. And since I've got Eastern blood in my veins, too, his story felt pretty relevant. Oh. I guess I got so wrapped up in thinking about it that I lost track of time. I'm sorry you all had to come track me down. Don't even worry about it. If I ever find anyone talking bad about you, they can look forward to swallowing a mouthful of needles. Oh, you don't need to go that far for me, really. I know I can't exactly promise things will be better in the future, but we can at least create a few good memories together at Aramis, right? That way you'll only remember the good and not the bad. Yes. Oh, you can make memories with me too. I've got a whole list of school stuff I want to try. And now that we're classmates, we can hang out together all the time. That goes for you too, ass. Yeah, I'd be up for that. I'm interested in hearing more about that movie you mentioned too. Well, thanks you guys. With the school festivals coming up, I'm sure we'll have more than enough time to hang out with each other. I feel like missing where the third one is.
Has to be a crime for them to lock us indoors when the weather's so nice. I say we ditch school.
I have a better idea. How about we not cut class on our first day of school?
That would be for the best. Besides, you'd need special permission to go off campus during school hours.
One sec.
Hey, mister, your book! You're right, I did borrow that book, but you're saying it still hasn't been returned? Ugh! He swore he would get it in by its due date. You mean you gave it to someone else? No! Well, I mean, I suppose that's technically accurate, but you see, I checked it out a biography I checked out a biography for Sheena Dirk, but then my friend said he needed to use it for something in one of his classes. I know that I shouldn't have let someone else borrow a book I'm responsible for, and I did try to refuse him at first. It's just that he was so flustered, he said he was desperate for it. I mean, he even promised to return it for me. Sounds like he didn't leave you with much choice. That's normal, though. Friends borrow stuff from each other all the time. I mean, at least I think they do. By any chance, does this friend of yours happen to be Lyle? Ah, ha, ha. I guess there's no hiding it from you, huh, Yes. We'll go ask him about it, then. Lyle tends to be pretty forgetful, so I'm sure he didn't mean any harm. Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry for all the trouble, but if you could go and check in on him, I'd really appreciate it. Can I actually, go down to the cathedral, or will they stop me from leaving campus?
Wrong way.
Nope. Okay. Lyle! Get the book. Oh, crap. I totally forgot! Sorry, I totally slipped my mind. This is one that you're looking for, right? A biography of Sheena Dirk. Yep, used to be the one Julian said you needed for help with something in your history class. Yeah, I've been really falling behind lately. It's just that it takes so much longer to read than everyone else. I'm impressed that you're so diligent about catching up. Well, that's me. The picture of diligence. Anyway, it was mostly my fault. Just seeing how hard Julian was working made me think, man, I gotta study harder too. Plus, it's always nice to learn something new, don't you think? But I guess none of that will really matter in the end, since I'm planning to go back home after I graduate. I mean, I want to give my mom a little break. Oh, that's so sweet, Lyle. Wait, hold on. Are you into me? Yeesh, you were doing really good there until you face planted on the landing. Anyway, maybe try not to cause Julian any more headaches, okay? Yeah, you're right. I feel really bad for him like that. I'll have to apologize to him later. We'll make sure the kids return. See you later, Lyle. That should be all 3 books. Let's head back to Araya. I kind of want to go. Can I not enter the clubhouse? Okay, so it's like a bit... Oh! I can enter this one. But no, for the most part, I can't enter most of these doors. Okay. Auditorium? Okay.
This year's festival is gonna be a blast and a half.
Part of me was expecting maybe there'd be like a treasure chest up there or something. That's the basketball court, right? Yeah, okay. We've collected the books you've asked for, Araya. Anya's handed the 3 titles to Araya. Yes, this looks like all of them. That was quick. Thanks for the help. Well, I did have 2 extra sets of hands. Was there anything else you needed? Well, it sounds like you got more tasks for us. Lay it on me. Well, if you insist, I suppose there is one other thing I wanted to ask about. It's not an overdue book, though. It's actually a script. It was for the play that was put on during the school festival 8 years ago. A script? 8 years ago? Isn't that when it was originally kept in the library? No, there's been no record of it on all of our indexes. My understanding is that the play was based on the Calvardian Revolution. However, from the rumors I've heard, it was a little controversial. I assume the decision was made to keep it out of the library because they didn't want to have students have access to it. A controversial play, huh? Tell me more! It covered the 4 main figures of the revolution: Sheena, Ulgar, Aramis, and August. The goal was to depict their time before and after the revolution, based on historical evidence. Well, some historical evidence, anyway. In reality, it was a parody, adding in a new, alternate interpretations of the characters. Sheena was basically portrayed as an airhead, and Ulgar Atkinson was so hot-blooded you might as well have called him sweltering. That sounds super fun. Yes, a lot of people actually gave it rave reviews for how entertaining it was, but at the same time, there were also many who didn't approve of it. It must have brought a lot of debate. I can see why the school would want it stored somewhere else. But in spite of all that, I'd like to put the script on display. All creators have the right to freedom of expression. Prohibiting access to it would be inexcusable. What's this 8 years ago we're talking about? Anyone with strong opinions about it doesn't even attend Aramis anymore. You're here. It too. Only leaves the question of where to start looking. I think it might be a good idea to check in the student council office. Really? What makes you say that? Well, all the documentation for past school festivals is kept there. I figured it might be stored with the rest. I see. I guess you really were the right girl for the job. Please bring it by if you happen to find it. Sorry for the extra trouble. We appreciate you doing all this. Do you know something about that play, Agnes? It almost seemed like you knew more than you were letting on back there. I noticed that too. Maybe you actually seen it before? There's no hiding anything from you two, is there? Not that I actually have anything to hide, mind you. Last year, the student council sat in and watched footage of several school festivals. The play Araya was talking about was included in the footage. The ones who organized the event were past student council, in this case, Mr. Kincaid, and Van. Oh, now I get it. It takes a lot more sense knowing Van was involved. Yeah, he's not exactly coloring inside the lines. Anyway, that's why I'm almost certain the script is in the student council office. Let's try looking for it with word search so that we don't disturb Odette and Albert. Got it. Yeah, let's get to it. Is it possible someone threw it out? I'm sure none of the current members did, at least. I bet a friend stumbled onto it. She put it somewhere for safekeeping. You think they moved it to somewhere super secret archive? The current student council doesn't seem to have any clues of its whereabouts. Maybe we could ask some of the old members. In that case, why don't we ask Frederica? Considering she was our last student council president, maybe she'll know something. I believe she should be in your classroom on this floor. Sounds like a good idea to me. Let's go ask her. A wild crustal? First years, I don't think I've seen you around here before. Oh, I see. You're short-term exchange students that transferred in today, correct? Hey! I'm sorry for disturbing you, Frederica. Whatever. It's not like there's a rule that says first years can't enter third year classrooms, even though there should be. Alright, It's getting really warm in here, but I feel like if I open the window, maybe it'll be too cold? Right. Why do I get the feeling she's not thrilled about us being here? Probably because she isn't. Let's make like a banana and split.
One sec.
Oh, I needed to use the topic for her to be less angry. How should I know? And even if I did, what makes you think I'd tell one of Ren's crew? She sure is friendly, Ren's crew, huh? You're right. How silly of me. It was 8 years ago, after all. Of course I'm right. It's not like I was their homeroom teacher or something. Oh, Van's homeroom teacher. You forgot all about me. Nice seeing you, Mr. Powell. Forgotten? Impossible. You just don't forget students as special as you, Van. I'm glad that despite everything, you seem to be doing well. Guess we should try somewhere else. Thanks for the help. Come on, Aggie. I'm sorry for the bother, Frederica. Just what are those three up to, anyway? Where's the teacher's lounge? Where?
One sec.
Haha! That sure takes me back. Heck, I remember it like it was yesterday. Van's group really put their all into that festival. Not just the planning either, but all the prep work for all the performances too. They'd head straight to the student council room after class, and boy, did they have their hands full. They only finished the day of the festival. It seemed like a pretty big workload, but I'm sure they were having a ball the whole way through. So that's what they were like. Oh, I should just double check. But what about the script? Unfortunately, I don't know where it is either. I recall hearing some negative feedback on the performance, but I didn't think it would affect how the school decided to store their script. Why don't you ask Miss Matilda, the school nurse? She's been with the school longer than I have, after all. I'm pretty sure she was an advisor to the student council at the time. Ooh, maybe she could put us in the right direction. Oh my god, this quest feels like it's forever. Thank you so much, Mr. Powell. Good luck with your search. Where's the school nurse? First floor, maybe? I thought I just had to get the 3 books. Then the 4th person, now the student council room, the teacher, the nurse, the past student council president. Talking to everybody. Well, if it isn't our new exchange students, please feel free to visit my office if you're ever feeling unwell. I forgot to use the topic.
One sec.
Sheesh. Oh my, that certainly does bring back memories. Could you just wait a moment, actually? I believe it was on this shelf. Ah, yes, here it is. This might be it. The story of the Calvarian Revolution. Sounds like a B-grade knockoff. It's got Van's name on it, though. Did he write this? What fun times those were. The 3 running the festival that year were such close friends, too. They used to claim Kincaid was the most extraordinary president the student council had seen since its inception. Elaine was the first-year vice president at the time as well. And to say she was taken aback by the script would be putting it lightly. But in the end, she agreed to play the main role of Sheena. I must say, she inhabited the character wonderfully. Funny to think that Van would write the character as such an airhead, though. Seems like he was taking jabs at everybody. He also took on the majority of the backstage work as well, though. I'll admit, I hadn't thought him to be the responsible type. Since he was in charge of general affairs, he decided to take the initiative by writing and producing the script. That really does sound like Van. But as you've already gathered, the content was a bit controversial. So the school elected not to store it in the library. That's why I've kept it here instead. I say we take a peek. What, right now? Under normal circumstances, I'd suggest we do it later, but honestly, I'm kind of curious too. Swin, there's no need to worry. I don't mind. In fact, it gladdens my heart to know someone's interested in reading it again. I never thought I'd see the day. Oh, and please give Araya my... Well, she says it's okay then. Wow, look at all these notes. He even wrote on the stage directions. You fools dare to defile my sanctuary! Then the time has come to expose my master plan! Wait, what's with these lines? Is this supposed to be August? Oh, fiddlesticks! I've gone and lost my revolutionary flag again! Hey, Olgar, have you seen my flag around anywhere? Well, they weren't kidding about Sheena being an airhead. Let's get some pyrotechnics in the scene. Reminder to ask Renee about it later. Look it up. Look up at the audience on this line, Lainey. Give us some real puppy dog eyes. After taking the time to look it over, the 3 left the nurse's office and took the script back to Araya.
Woohoo! 3 cheers for us! Reward deposited!
Alright, so we finished that. And then... that was the only thing in here, right? Let's head back to class. The last bell rung, just as the group returned to class, and thus afternoon lessons began. Oh crap, I've got work today. See you guys later. It was nice meeting you both. I hope we can talk more tomorrow. Sure thing, bye-bye. I gotta do some more filming for our festival screening event. I'll be sticking around campus for a while, so if you want to drop by and chat sometime later, feel free. Sure thing. Oh, and thanks again for sharing your notes on art history. It was a big help. There's no trouble at all. I get that mid-year transfer is a tough, so don't be afraid to lean on any of us if you need it, okay? Everybody seems busy. Clubs, part-time jobs, festival prep. It's like there's always something going on. Yeah, I knew this was an elite school, but it's a lot different than I was expecting. In a good way, of course. Aramis is a place that emphasizes freedom and flexibility. That's what attracted so many people to it over the years. Yeah, it's like our new boss man and Specs, right? Elaine graduated from Aramis too, and if I'm not mistaken, the alumni from this place are anything but a normal bunch. You may be right about that. There are people in all here, although there was a time when things weren't so upbeat. Huh, you know what to say. I feel like I've heard something about that before. Oh. She must be talking about the time when Ren was running for student council president. Well, I think it's about time we headed out. School's over now, so it looks like everyone's gone to do their club activities and stuff. Good point. Although I wouldn't mind wandering around campus for a while, if you'd like. Oh, I am so down for that. The Adventures of the Aramis Expedition Squad, Episode 2, is officially underway. Let's go around and play pranks on everyone. How about no? More importantly, there's a bulletin board here in Auburn District, right? I think we should do a few requests if we have the time. What, you want me to spend my free time doing work? No way. Hard pass. This is what I'd normally say, but I kind of want to take on one or two, actually. We weren't able to do anything earlier today. Right, it's against school rules to leave campus during our lunch break. Do you mind if we drop by the student council room again? Odette and Albert asked me to come, and they want me to bring you along too. If you're fine with going, then let's leave that visit for last. What comes first? Alright, sounds good to me. You can now leave campus and explore the Auburn district. Mirabelle, hey! Just popping in with an update from Marduk support. Further analysis has revealed a new floor of the Merchant Garden. So check it out when you get a chance, okay? A fifth floor has been added. Our after-school sales have been on the decline recently, but I think I might know what's causing it. If possible, I'd like to discuss this with the student council. As always, I'll be at the school store on the first floor. Roscoe. Faculty included, but they typically only come to us when they need help with an issue outside of their purview. That's pretty unusual, huh? Well, considering Irma student values independence, I think it makes perfect sense. I bet you guys must hold a lot of sway over them then. Probably enough to talk to the schools for sucking all of your favorite sweets, yeah? Not necessarily, although we certainly get our fair share of requests asked of you. Anyway, since the store's in a bit of a pinch at the moment, let's head over and see what Roscoe has to say.
Sorry, I'll have to pass. I've got practice after this.
Welcome! Can I find you something? Sorry to bother you in the middle of work, it's just that I missed nothing down in this submission box. Oh, so that's why you're here. You guys are already so busy. I'd hate to pile more on your plate, but not at all. It comes to the territory. Anyway, you mentioned you were worried about sales, right? Yes. Our after-school sales numbers have been on the decline. Not all of a sudden either, but gradually, day by day, week by week, week after week. On top of that, the items we've seen fewer sales on in particular are sports drink and nutritional supplements. I see there's a decrease in specific products being sold. I haven't changed up our selection any, so I don't think it's really a problem with the store itself. It's just the note you said you might have some idea why this is happening. Yeah, you see, we actually have a few regulars that tend to come here by after school. Oh no! It did it again! And I didn't notice. Extreme Elements didn't update it. The game here didn't update the category to what I'm actually playing. Which is super weird. I wonder if that's a problem with the PlayStation itself updating or with Switch. Demos and games is not this game. But they've stopped coming in lately. So who are these regulars of yours? The basketball club. They come by all the time before practice, sometimes even during. I've heard our teams are good enough to make the nationals because of how rigorous they are with their training. Considering that what you stock, it makes sense that it'd be your most common customer. Basketball, huh? It's pretty fun when we played during the gym this afternoon. What do you say? Have to stay coordinated with your teammates while also keeping toe to toe with the opposition. Yeah, you look so cool, S. Anyway, I think we're getting a little off topic here. You give us some details about the situation, but I'm still not sure what you want us to do about it. Do you want us to look into what's going on with the basketball club, or are you just interested in improving your sales? Naturally, the sales are what I'm most concerned with. It's just that I'm worried about the club too. It's part of why I put that note in the suggestion box, since it involves some of Aramis's students. Sorry, I didn't mean to make it sound like I was coming down on you. We just want to make sure we really understand our client's request. Client, you sound so professional. Oh, well, you know, they used to do stuff like this all the time in their old school because they're exchange students. What she said. Anyway, we're taking this case, right? We're taking it as a 4 SPG, right? Yeah, of course. Consider this sounds like something the student council would want to investigate. Anyway, we'll go ahead and take your case. It could just be a coincidence. Maybe they don't like the stuff they sell here anymore. Even if they're totally fine, it would be a huge weight off their shoulders to know for sure. I hate to ask students to handle something like this, but anything you could find out would be greatly appreciated. Of course, we're happy to be of help. Let's start by talking to Sasha. She's the captain of the girls' basketball team. She won't mind sharing some info with us. She's likely in the courtyard or auditorium. Huh. I didn't realize that the club had separate teams for boys and girls. Makes sense, though. We're doing all kinds of things today. Okay, time to jump back into the Aramis Expedition Squad, Arkwright Solutions Edition, After School Chapter.
Time to start working.
One sec.
Oh, everything's been pretty normal on our end. We're just having practice today like we always do. I mean, we did slack off a little bit after the Winter Nationals, but that's the only issue I can think of. Right now, though, everybody's pumped for our next big tournament. There's that fighting spirit I've heard so much about. Heard that Aramis is a big, strong basketball club. You guys must do some pretty harsh training. You can say that, but it's not all about how much you practice. Fostering good relationships is our major key to success, and not just with the players, but with managers too. For example, the manager for the first-year girls is really diligent and thoughtful. She's always the last to leave after practice because she wants to make sure everything is put away neatly. And someone like that around really helps encourage the spirit of teamwork. I totally get where she's coming from. Some people may work fast, but they can be super sloppy about it. You're the one to talk. It sounds like you know your team inside and out. Well, when you're a captain, part of your role is to look out for everyone. I'm sure I've called your yourself about the team for long enough, though. Getting back to your question, I think they'd be more worried about the boys' team. They've been practicing, but for whatever reason, they just seem kind of down. They used to get so fired up about everything. Honestly, it was almost obnoxious. But they've been oddly quiet by comparison lately. I was actually considered bringing it up to their captain. I see. So something's going on with the boys' team. I should probably be the one to go see what's up, but if you guys are already looking into it, would you mind picking it up with me? Of course, we don't mind at all. I think I saw the boys were over in the courtyard. Let's see what they have to say. I feel like they avoided actually asking, like, do you guys drink a lot of sports drink? Did you stop drinking a lot of sports drink? The store has ordered all this sport drink and no one's drinking it. Why aren't you drinking it? Drink the sports drink. You know, that's kind of question. Statement. Topic.
Do you have a moment?
Should have known Sasha would figure out something's up. So you guys have been having trouble? It's hard to put into words, but it's like we're running into all kinds of issues lately. Like having to fill our basketballs with air right before the practice because they've all gone flat. Sometimes we find ourselves missing stuff like tracksuits or tape right when we need them. Maybe you've got a poltergeist? Honestly, a poltergeist would be less trouble at this point. Everyone's been getting pretty frustrated because of how these issues keep messing with the tempo of our training. Some members are even starting to suspect one another of trying to drag us all down. Strange that none of this has been happening to the girls' team. Where do you guys keep all your spare basketballs and stuff? In the boys' basketball locker room on the first floor of the clubhouse. The manager maintains it all for us, which makes them the prime suspect. Alright, let's go ask them and see if they know anything. They might be able to give us a new lead. Hello, manager. I see. Can't say I blame you for wanting to talk to me about it. You haven't been playing pranks in the team, have you? You can be any more blunt. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if some of our players suspected the same thing. Only the manager and the advisor are giving keys to the clubhouse, so nobody else should be able to get in. I swear, I haven't been playing any pranks on anyone. I think that's enough, Nadia. But if that's the case, then it's likely the culprit is a member of the basketball team. Manager, can I get some spare bandages? Sure, got them right here for you. Thanks. Try not to push yourself up there, okay? If you don't loosen up every now and then, you'll wear yourself up before you even get to an actual match. You're right, I'm just trying to make sure I'm ready before the tournament is off. Especially after I've managed to climb all the way up to first ring. Ooh, there's that fighting spirit I've heard so much about too. But it's hard to train as much as I want when we've got somebody messing with us all the time. I don't want to miss the chance to show my girlfriend how much I've improved over the next tournament. Girlfriend? Aha! The springtime of youth. Knock it off, Nadia. It's only natural that you want to make a good impression on someone, according to you. She's a really thoughtful person, and she's always been supportive of me. This is the best way I know to thank you. Believe me, I know how passionate you are about this anyway. If you need anything else, just let me know, okay? You got it. Talk to you later. We'll continue our investigation and let you know what we find. Actually, considering Miss Sonia is also the key to this room, maybe we should go talk to her. Sounds good to me. Thanks for all your help so far. Miss Sonia. Huh?
Do you have a moment?
Do you know about the basketball club, Miss Sonia? Well, yes, I do have a key to their locker rooms. I'm the advisor of the sports clubs on campus. Do you ever lend the key out for any reason? Maybe with a record of who checks it out? Only very rarely. We don't want to risk anyone stealing stuff. We're pretty strict on the managers about that kind of thing as well. However, the keys do open both girls' and boys' locker room. That way, it's a little easier for everyone to get supplies when they need them. So they're like master keys? Sound like it'd be pretty bad if one of them went missing. This is the first we've heard of it. That means the managers for both teams have access to the boys' and girls' locker rooms, right? Then it's possible someone on the girls' team could be the culprit. What do you mean by culprit? Well, we were just playing a little riddle game we made up, that's all. We had to get a hint from you in order to solve the case. Really? That sounds like fun. It sure is lovely to see you kids getting along so well. We better get back to it. Thanks for all your help. Hey, Augie. Lying to a teacher? And without batting an eye, no less! I guess you've got a naughty streak in you after all! Maybe it's Van's influence. He's been putting ideas in your head, hasn't he? Not that lying can't be beneficial from time to time. Well, I can't say I haven't learned a thing or two from him. But more importantly, I didn't want this issue to get blown out of proportion just yet. Don't worry. I get you. Anyway, let's go back over everything we've learned so far. Problem is that the boys' basketball team can't practice effectively right now due to issues with their supplies. And although we initially thought it had to be someone on the boys' team causing this, with Master Sona just told us, we know that the keys held by the managers can open both the boys' and girls' locker rooms. Which means the members of the girls' team are also suspects now. At the moment, however, we still don't have any motives. So do we want to interfere with the boys' practice? Who and why? Actually, what if we change our perspective a little? Instead of thinking over a list of suspects, we should try and narrow down the reason behind the culprit's actions to further their goals. To further goals. Well, let's think about what benefit would be for doing this in the first place. I think there might be something we're forgetting. You picked up on it too? Right. That gung-ho first year we ran into earlier seemed to be favoring one leg over the other. He was trying to keep everyone from noticing. But I bet anything that he injured himself. Yeah, it seemed like he told me about it, although I'm pretty sure the man hasn't figured it out later. I can't blame him. Seemed to be happy to be chosen for first string after all. And there was a part about that him wanting to show up to his girlfriend. Yeah, I think we should use the jumping off point for the time being. If it has something to do with the first year's injury, whoever was interfering, their practice was doing so because. Oh. If I get this wrong, why not? Yeah. Someone else didn't want him to practice. I think there might be someone else that wants to prevent him from practicing. If that's the case, why not just let them rest for a while? Why ruin it for everyone else? Maybe they tried to get him to rest, but he wouldn't listen. He seemed like a pretty determined guy after all. Whatever the case may be, I think it's most likely that whoever's behind this is someone who wants him to recover from his injury. Considering what we know the prime suspect would have to be his girlfriend. I think it might be his girlfriend. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, any girl would be worried if their boyfriend was hurt, especially since he's been working extra hard just to thank her. Right, I bet she feels guilty because he's pushing himself so hard. If she's as diligent and thoughtful as he said she is, I'm sure he's been thinking pretty hard on it. Diligent and thoughtful. Doesn't that mean the manager for the first year's girls is his girlfriend? Huh, she is? Well, still speculation at this point, but I think she would be the most likely suspect. I guess being a manager would give her access to the boys' locker room, too. And when I think back about what Sasha said earlier, about her... She's always the last to leave after practice because she wants to make sure everything gets put away neatly. Meaning she's taking extra time then to go into the boys. She definitely has the opportunity to mess with the boys' supplies too, and all without hurting the girls' team. Did she really go that far for her boyfriend though? If someone found out, it just makes things worse for him. Tisk, tisk, OS. You clearly don't know the impact love can have on a young maiden. Come on. Is this about love or morals? I agree with you, Swin. However, we could be here all day just theorizing. I think the next step is to confront her directly and see what she has to say. Right, the only way you'll get the truth by asking her. Hopefully she'll open up to us. The managers should be over in the girls' locker room, so let's head over there now. I earned 2 SP for getting those correct. The second one I just knew. Because she had the opportunity. I didn't know about the motive. I knew about the opportunity for sure.
Okay.
All right, let's move.
Okay.
Alright. So I gotta go downstairs. Go outside.
Hey, I'll have to pass. I've got practice after this.
Okay, let's do one more set.
Oh, it's up here. And the girls' room that was open. No? Yes? Yeah, yes. Sorry, but do you mind if we speak to you for a minute? Sure. What can I help you with? Anya sat down and calmly explained everything that they'd learned of the situation, as well as their suspicions. Which brings us here. Everything you said is true. I won't try to make excuses for it. Well, that was easy. I had already told myself that I'd admit what I'd done if everyone found out. I'm sorry. I really am. Could you maybe tell us a bit more why you did all this? The boy you met, and I started dating not long after he joined the basketball club. To be honest, he wasn't all that good at the start, but he would practice every chance he could get, even on his days off. It's been a year now. When he was finally taken off the bench, yeah, he seemed pretty fired up about that. But he'd been overdoing it lately and ended up hurting his leg. He's been hiding it from everyone so that he could keep practicing. Every time I tried getting him to take it easy, he told me to stop worrying. I can tell you really care for him. Especially since you've been supporting him all this time. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I thought maybe I could make it so that he couldn't practice anymore. That maybe if I was able to slow him down just a little bit, at least until the tournament ended. Thank you for being honest with us. I think we have a pretty good picture of the situation now. However, I'm afraid we can't allow you to continue interfering with the boys' basketball team. That being said, I really do want to respect her feelings. What would Van do if he were in my shoes? Let's keep it a secret. For now, let's keep this between us. Why don't we go and talk to the manager of the boys' team instead? But we don't have to tell him everything, right? What if he gets mad? I know this is going to sound harsh, but I think you're just going to have to deal with it. You're right. I'm sorry. I think his manager will handle it just fine. He seems like he's pretty good at taking care of his players. Yeah, but you really think it's okay for me to keep this from my boyfriend? I feel so guilty about it all. I get how you feel, but sometimes being honest is for the best. The important thing is to keep him from furthering his injury. Honestly, telling him the truth might distract him from practice. I know you have spent plenty of time thinking this over. You made a choice that you believe will be in his best interest, right? You care about him a lot, but it's okay to wait until there's a better time to tell him. Now that someone else knows, I feel like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. Not being able to tell anyone made it all really hard. Thanks for stepping in. After that, Anya's group went to the manager of the boys' basketball team and explained the situation. There was open and upfront with him about the situation. Anya, Swim, and Nadia did what they could to support her from the sidelines. He calmly accepted her admission.